Can everybody hear me? Okay? Somebody in the back also? So, before I jump into what I've done and how it relates here, I have just a couple quick questions because I came in the middle of the previous panel. So first of all, how many entrepreneurs are there? Okay, fantastic. And then specific to our point of discussion today, how many of you are interested in going global? Okay, excellent. Okay, follow-on question. So those interested in going global, how many of you see the global market as your primary market, as opposed to India is my primary market, I'm going global? How many of you see the global market as your primary market? Okay, so there's quite a few. And how many see it as a secondary market? Probably the rest. Okay, quite a few. Okay. And my last question, how many of you are ready to move internationally if you have to support your business internationally? Okay, great. Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you for answering all those. So to get on to a little bit specific about my experience and the specific questions about being there internationally versus domestically. So the couple companies that I have been involved with were started in the US, and we did address international markets, not only the US, but worldwide markets, including India. But it was a very different experience. You're already kind of international, and the US is a great jumping off platform to reach international markets. But now for the last few years, I've been working with Indian companies, and a couple of them are aspiring to reach international, have international sales and international customers. But I think one of the key things that I took away and have taken away from my experience, because we've tried various things reaching global markets. One is, I think it's not so much about going global, but as a company, you kind of have to be global in the sense, if you plan to reach those markets and actually add value to customers there and be sought after as a solution or a product, technology, non-technology, doesn't matter. You really have to be global. And that's where I was talking about, are you willing to travel to be actually in the place where you want to sell? Because, it's very different, right? The needs that customers have at that place are going to be very different than what you think they might have or what you read in a trade magazine or something like that. And so with experience we've learned, I mean, I'll give you a simple example. It's like local media. Like if you open the newspaper this morning or opened it yesterday or the day before, the things that you're reading and the things that are in your mind share are very different than somebody else living, say, in the US or in Europe, thinking about India. For example, if I was in the US for the last month, and when I was there, our home is here, so we're thinking about Hyderabad, thinking about what's happening here. But there are so many events that took place in July that we just completely were oblivious to. We just didn't know. So unless you're local there, you don't actually see like the whole event around the Godavari and all those things. I didn't even know that happened. I mean, maybe I was busy with other things, but it was a huge event here, right? So in the same way, you kind of need to be willing to place yourself or place a key team member globally, wherever you plan to enter, to actually succeed. Doing things remotely can work, but that's one initial point, and I think I'll get to other points, Shishasai, as we go on with the discussion. I'll let the other panelists also chime in.